Well, David, team news. Let's start with that. How are you looking? Any new issues heading into this one?
No, everybody's fit. The only one that might be missing of a Hope Pan. He's still struggling a wee bit with his groin, but see everybody else is fully fit, and a game at the FA Cup I think everybody's looking forward to.
How far off is Hope then? Because I know he was close, wasn't he? He was closing in.
Yeah, I think he done a bit of training this morning, so hopefully tomorrow, and we'll see how it is for Saturday, but maybe it'll be next week before he's fully fit. Need a good week's training in him before he can join back in with the group again.
Yeah, I guess that's a benefit for him and others, isn't it, that there isn't a midweek game coming up next week?
Yeah, I think we've been on the road for the last few weeks, and it's been tough for the players, and it's been tough asking tough games, and these things now are next week, hopefully after Saturday, but we gives ourselves a refresher, gives ourselves a couple of weeks training over the next week, 2 weeks to get everybody fully fit. And as I say, try and work on some things, because I just think Tuesday night was one that came a wee bit too quick for us.
O'Connor's back for you. How big a boost is that to your back line, do you feel?
Yeah, fantastic. I think the game the other night was a wee bit hard for Kelvin Melican back in. He's been out for 8-9 weeks, and Ryan hasn't played much over the last few weeks, so I think Anthony and Nat have been giving us good protection in there, and I think we made a couple of mistakes the other night in a 10-minute spell, and we lost three really poor goals, 4-all in, and as I said, but we played against a very good side, and I said the players are due a lot of credit, because I thought second half we came out and played a bit better than we did first half.
You used the word schoolboy afterwards. How do you compensate for schoolboy errors, for schoolboy defending at times? What can you do to try and work on that?
Yeah, I thought you got to be careful, because the two games we have lost 4 goals, we've probably 2 were back line not playing. So it's unfair to criticise players. Our 2 centre backs who have been doing really well over the last 4 or 5 games. I mean, you lose the middle of your part, you're always going to struggle, and players come in and it's a new partnership. And I say it was schoolboy stuff. I thought we could have defended the goals better, but I said, even though we beat 4-0 after it, I was pleased with the second half performance, because I thought we had Linton probably camped in their half most of the second half. We had a few corners, a few shots at goal, so there's positives, but also these things we don't want to get back to Bradford old.
You've mentioned as well before, when we've spoken about you having to chop and change your side because of injuries. You've had many things to deal with since you came to the club. How high up on the agenda has that been, the fact that it has been such a chop change line that you've had to have at the defence? Yeah,
I think you've seen it over the last 4 or 5 weeks. We've had near enough a settled back 4, and we've been getting better. We've hardly conceded a goal up until Tuesday night, so these things are things we work on in training, but also when you see players come in that's maybe not played for a while and it's a wee bit rusty, then you're always likely to concede goals, and I thought they were poor goals. I thought they could have been avoided, all 4 of them.
Josh Wright missed out on Tuesday. Where's he at the moment?
He's at the training ground. So these things, people ask me the same question. There's a lot of players that's not in the squad, and it's a place where I've got a lot of cover. It's a tough area of the team to get into now, because obviously we've got Carol Hendry, we've got Jim now, we've got Lewis O'Brien, we've got Luca Conville. We've got a number of players in there who can play that role, and as I said before, Josh wasn't in the squad on Tuesday night, and it's just something that I decide that I need to pick a team that I think is going to get his games and going to pick up points.
So what does he need to do more then to impress you and to show you that he should be in that starting lineup?
It's like everything else. Everybody else is in the same level. If I feel as if someone's going to drop off, or somebody's not going to be fully fit and fully ready, committed to play, then they won't be in the squad. And these are things where, as I keep saying, I've got a strong squad, I've got a strong bench now, and anybody who is out needs to work hard to get back in.
Have you seen a response from him today then? How's he reacted to not being involved on Tuesday?
He's been fine.
Yeah. Which is what you want. You want a player just to carry on, don't you? You want them to get on with it.
Yeah, of course you do. He's professional footballers. It's I keep saying it's a fantastic club to play for, and everybody that's here should be willing to put every bit of effort into getting a squad. He has been training well, but I just feel at this moment in time there's players in front of him, and that's the way football is. And as a manager, you've got to make decisions, and decisions are made that I think the players who are there are there in merit, and anybody else who isn't in the squad, not just Josh, has got to work really hard to get back in.
And one of those players in front of him is Carl Henry, who we've just spoken to, speaks very well. It's the first time we've had a chance to sit down with him, speaks well of you, and Phil Parkinson spoke well to him as well about the football club. How impressed have you been by him since his arrival? Yeah,
he's been fantastic. I think he came in on Saturday and we got our first win for a while, and I thought him and he played really well. He's commanding, he commands respect for the level he's played at. He's an intelligent man, and he knows what he wants to do in his career and in football. So he's been massive for us. I think he's been a calming influence around the place, and I said I thought he played well, but you've got to remember that he's not played football since the end of last season, and for a 36-year-old to come in and play 290 minutes is a big ask, but it just shows you how professional he is, how much an athlete he is, and how much a leader he is, and we'll need him really over the next 2 months, and hopefully we can see what happens in January if he wants to stay on or not.
He mentioned to us he's been in a number of relegation battles over the years, so he knows what it's all about. How big an aspect is that as well, that he does have that steady head, I suppose, in a situation such as this? Yeah,
I think we all have. I think, as I keep saying, everybody needs to realise that. I think there might be some players who haven't been in it, some players might be experiencing something new, but these things now are a test of character for everyone. And as I keep saying, if we all stick together and we all make sure that we work hard and we all stick in a plan and we want to get away from where we are. And as Carol's been in that position before, and I'm sure there's a number of players who have been, and it's a mental toughness, it's a mental test, and it's a test that if you pass this, I think you can do anything in your career.
There's been reports in the national media this week regarding a possible departure for Edin Rahic from the club. What can you tell us, if anything, on that?
And just more or less the same things that I've heard from everyone. Speculation and different things, and until someone else tells me different, then it's a question I can't answer, because obviously it's something else going on in the background, but I don't know if it's true or not, so it's a question I can't answer at this moment.
Are you still dealing with him? Do you speak to him on a daily basis? Are you dealing more with Julian now these days?
Yeah, I've been dealing with Edin and Julian on a regular basis over the last 3-4 days and all, so nothing's changed in that aspect. So as far as I'm aware, then Edin will still be here, but as you say, speculation and rumours what's going about, then they'll come to a conclusion if it is true or if it's not. So as I say, it's something I can't, because I have been dealing with him and Julian over the last few days.
What about this next one then? What about the FA Cup this time around? Peterborough again in the FA Cup. Steve Evans again. He's served a touchline ban this week as well. We've spoken about the antics that he has on the touchline. What do you make to this one and how it's shaping up?
Yeah, I think it's a break from the league. I think it's another very difficult game we've got. They're a very good side, very good players, and a depth in squad that they can change at any time, as I said in the first game they played against us. We're looking forward to it. I think it's a cup game, and I think it's a game where we should be relaxed and go and try and win it, because if both we get through the next round to third round, and you see bigger teams start to come into it, so I think it's a breather from the league, and it's maybe a chance for players to just go and express themselves, and hopefully we can get through to the next round.
Does it feel that way? Does it feel like a breather, that you haven't got the weight of 3 points hanging over you?
I think anybody will tell you when it's a cup game, it's a one-off game. Anything can happen. We're probably going there as underdogs, and it's a game where we can go and express ourselves and try and enjoy it, because as you say, when there's 3 points at the end of it, it's different. But as I say, we want to progress, and I'm sure the club do and all the players do.
And having said that, how much do you take confidence from the draw that you got down there very recently?
Yeah, I think we can take heart. As I say, over the last 4 or 5 weeks we've been playing really well, and as I say, it was a blip in Tuesday. I thought we played against an excellent team. I think it's a team that's going to be up there at the end of the season. The passed us really ball really well on the first 20 minutes, but I thought we were comfortable for half an hour, and I said we had a 10-minute spell just before half time, which cost us a game. So we know the top teams in this league and the cup's different. We just want to go out and enjoy it, and as I say, we need to make sure that hopefully we can get in the next round, because it's a massive financial boost if we get a good club in the next round.
And we all know what a cup run can possibly do for league form as well.
Yeah, of course. I think anybody, some people say it's a hindrance, whatever. I just see FA Cup as a fantastic opportunity to try and go and progress and get away, to say, from league business, and players can go and enjoy it.
Good stuff, thank you.
Thank you.
You said after the league game against Peterborough that you'd countered their tactics quite well and stifled them. Are you expecting them, having played that game, to change the way they approach Bradford City?
Yeah, I don't think Steve changes much. I think they've got a system, and they've got a player and a team the way they play. I think they've got very good players, good wingers, good midfielders and strikers, so I don't think much will change in that aspect. I think he's got an array of talent. These front 5 or 6 players, he can change at any time, so we know it's going to be a hard game, as we witnessed down there, and we had to make sure that we tried to nullify them.
And having said that it's a good break for Bradford City, could it be that they don't want the break? They don't want the distraction of a cup run?
Who, Bradford?
Peterborough.
No, of course. No, I don't think that's a... I think anybody will tell you FA Cup's fantastic, and even though you're a manager and a player, I think the club see it as a bigger asset, because You probably look at the last time when teams you get put out of the cup and your club gets a massive tie in the next round. It's financial. I think that's the biggest thing now. The third round is financial for clubs, and it's a massive boost because every manager wants to progress as far as we can go in it.